Good morning, afternoon, and evening. It's the guy you should believe in. It is your boy Dryzzy, and this is another episode of Grappling for Positions. Sorry, I've been away for so long, but normally after Mania, you take a little bit of a break. You get worn down from all that wrestling in a matter of a week or so. But we are back with a made three pivots on this one because a lot has happened since Mania. And on this one, we are going to be ranking and counting down the top 10 most likely to be the new face of the NXT women's division because in the matter of 2 months, it has taken a brand new shape out of nowhere in a matter of 2 months. So we've gone from Julia and Roxanne to Stephanie and Jordan, and none of them are in NXT anymore. But in order to do that, I have to have an incredible panel. Going first, my brother from another mother, my bro Shad. How are you doing, brother?
What's going on, Driz? I am blessed to be here on another episode of Grappling for Position. The last one we did was fire, and man, it's the Tuesday night delight. This is an expertise topic for me, so I'm excited for us to get into it.
That is right. This is very off the air centric, and because it is very off the air centric, I can't out the other. So I go out to LA and I go get my bro Clark. Clark, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Happy whatever day this comes out on. I don't even know. I'm stoked to be here. We're going to be talking Tuesday stuff. You know I love talking Tuesday stuff, Driz. Thank you for the invite as always. But we got a bit of a return, do we not? Am I wrong? I don't want to take up too much of the stage here. Come on, Driz.
We do. We do. We have a return. And also, I'm going to say she holds the record for most appearances on this show. I got to give it up to my good sis, Megan. How are you doing, sis?
I'm doing good. Yeah, as you mentioned, this is my third time on Grappling for Position. Hoping that my choice is number one. I think should be number one. But just happy to be here. Happy to be doing a stream with some friendly, familiar faces. It's been far too long, and I'm just looking to have a good time tonight.
And that's what this is all about, having a good time. You see, we got our new our countdown board on the other side over here. Ooh, I wish I could make it look even more amazing. Not Clark. Don't look at Clark. It's not him. But
I'm pointing the I'm
we
pointing
have
the
our
right
10. We have our 10. I'm gonna start, ladies first. Well, before I do that, I have to do this because it is important to me that we understand there's a way to do this. The rules. Now I told you I'm gonna do these for a little bit until everybody gets used to doing them. Rule number one: it ain't real glass. Don't cry me a river. Wrestling is a form of art and or theater, not to be taken to the point of having a healthy conversation. No personal attacks. Number two: closed mouths do not get fed. Feel free to voice your opinion. Chances are you're not the only one that feels that way. No matter what it is. Rule number three: loud and wrong. Hear each other out. Do not talk over each other. Just because you are loud does not mean you are right. Number four, time limit draws. There are certain topics that we could talk about forever, like today's. But because we want to keep this down, as moderator, I will also be timekeeper, and we will. When I say it's time to move on, get the train rolling, and we get moving on. And the last rule: we have a few names that we will not speak of. Don't have to worry about it in this episode. But due to the inability to separate art from artists, we will not be mentioning their names. It gets very rabid. This is not debatable. This is a Wrestling Republic rule. Does everybody understand the rules?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I said, I know you guys do. You've all been on. You already know what it is.
I feel like
Now,
I'm in the exit row on a flight. Are
yeah,
you willing and able?
I said exits are here and here, also here. All right.
So you can't
Before
pick
I,
Tessa Blanchard, Clark.
we have names that we would like to not pick, but she unfortunately is a name that we could say if we saw fit to it.
Damn.
But Look, we're gonna start off. Ladies first, as usual. Megan, who are you bringing for us today?
I feel very much like Adam Pierce and Nick Aldis when it comes down to the drafts. It's very important on who you choose as your first choice. That means that you desperately want that person on the list, on your team. And since the last time I have been on a Wrestling Republic show, I have grown a little girl crush on someone on NXT. Uh, and I'm sure you guys might relate, might not, who knows. Um, but I am going to go with the current Speed and North American champion, Miss Soul Ruka.
A very good pick right off the bat. Where are we putting
Yes.
Miss Soruka? Probably the most athletic woman in NXT. It's arguable between her and Kalani.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where
She can't
where do
go.
you, where do
Can't
you see her?
she doesn't go below 3. She's in the top
Yeah,
3 in my
she's top
opinion.
3, 100%. The Soul
Um,
Snatcher is the best finisher, arguably in the business right now. It's so
It
cool.
is.
my
It's so
only
Absolutely.
cool.
my only criticism, if I had to give one, is the fact that I want to see a little bit more character as her. Not even character, but like more comfortability as a talker. See her kind of be able to cut promos, add that repertoire to make her more of a complete star. But you want to talk about probably the most elite prospect as a bell to bell wrestler. I think she takes the cake by a mile. She's running with that cake down the damn like road, man. Like I don't. It's hard to not put her in the top 3 in my opinion.
So we definitely narrowed it down to the top three. We look is she top three in number three or two
I
or
here's
One,
one?
here's my
one
thing.
or
Out of
two
the
to me.
gates, I think if you put her at 2 or 1 out of the gates, there's going to be a debate about 1 or 2, but she'll end up in one of those spots anyway. So
Mm,
it's almost like a placekeeper at this point. Wouldn't y'all agree? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
sort of like I think
I
that's
mean,
I think it's pick 'em here. I think if you put her at 2, she could still end up being 1. If you put her at 1, she could end up being 2. I don't
I
think
Right.
think
she goes
she.
lower
I
than
mean, I
3
think
though.
she's a lot better than the woman who is the world champion right now, and she's the North American champ. And that's no knock on. We could obviously she might get picked. I'm not gonna put her name out there, but I think she's like I. I say 2. I'm gonna go with 2 right now.
Yeah, I will go with two.
But it's just fair. Derek Jeter.
so we're going two for Soul Ruka.
hmm And we start out with a banger out the gate.
That was a really good pick.
This
I was honestly going to
it's
lead with
gonna be.
Soul if no
It
one
is
else
gonna
did,
be.
so I had to reassess.
For
It's
sure.
actually a perfect
It's
pick.
not a bad. It's not a bad NXT Women's Division. It's just conversation every week about how good that division is. So I don't think there's any bad choices. Even the
True.
weakest of them is probably a main eventer. All right, Clark, you are next. Who
All
are
right.
you bringing to be submitted?
I'm going to throw one in here from basically left field. And, she was at a safe house that got found. But I'm throwing Adriana Rizzo into the mix here because we haven't even really
Ooh,
seen her on her own. She'll be separate from the family.
hmm.
There's all these call ups, there's all this room. We know she can go on the microphone. We also can assume it's possible she's been working behind the scenes and we might see some really quality in ring work. So, for a list like this for the future face of this division, she's got more time in the NXT women's division than most left, I think, because we know that she's, more on the rawer side in the ring. I don't want to say green, but she's just, she's not as seasoned yet, but has time to get there. And I think for the face of the future here, somebody that's going to spend some time, it makes sense. And she's got the charisma to carry the division. I'm going Adrian Rizzo.
I like that pick. Very out of left field, but I do like that pick. Where are we putting the Riz? Where are we putting Rizzo?
I'll
Go ahead.
admit,
So you,
towards the bottom of
Megan,
the list.
Megan, you go first. I want to.
Yeah.
Um, I would give her. I would give her 5. There's
Give
potential
her
there.
5.
All
Yeah.
the way up to
And
5. I like
besides,
that actually.
and besides, people don't. Well, being on here for 3 times, people don't normally stay in their original spots. They
It's
either
true.
move up or they do move down. So I'm comfortable with her being at number 5 for the time being.
Cool. So we got 2 for 5. So we're gonna put Adrian.
Boom.
Yeah.
Think I'm gonna go with. Yeah, I think 5 is fine for now.
5 works. I'm sure she'll
That
move,
works.
but I think it's Adriana, by the way, but it's just for
Yep,
the
it is.
yeah,
My
you're
bad.
good.
The site I'm looking on has it as
Because
Ariana
I'm
Rizzo.
like,
So
yeah, no, you're good. You're all good.
there we go. All right, Shad, you are next. What you think?
Guys, how we've gone through these many picks and we've not acknowledged who should actually be number one. You want to talk about character work. You want to talk about in-ring ability. You want to talk about the pulse, the heart of NXT as a whole. It is no other than Tatum Tuesday herself, Tatum Paxley. I think now that there is an open lane for her to meet where she should be. She's got elite character work. She's been in the title picture when storylines with Lyra before. She's got an opportunity now. So to me, you gotta have the conversation. That is Tatum Paxley.
We knew this one was coming. I actually didn't think it was going to be this
No,
soon, but I definitely did feel this coming. And it is not a bad pick. She is somebody who has a ton of story, a great. She does incredible character work. In fact, even with the rip of not having anybody around her anymore, she seems to have gotten better at telling stories in the ring. So this is not a bad pick at all. Where are we?
I, I've got
Mm,
Paxley. Did you cut out there for a second? I think you were
I
asking where
thought you
Tatum
did.
goes. I think you cut out for a second, but I've got
oh,
Tatum
yeah.
Paxley ahead of Rizzo, but I almost might just this is a hassle, but I might just put Tatum at 5 and then Rizzo at 6. Just out of the gates, but
So
I don't want to start a trend here where we just start moving things downward one by one either. I'm not trying to be that guy.
Um,
are we looking to bump? What are we looking? Rhea 6 and
I
Tatum 5?
I think for now. Go ahead, Megan. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to.
no, I was gonna say I don't see Tatum below 5.
I'm thinking 4.
Do it.
Yeah,
Nike. Just do it. Nike. I'm
Tatum
in.
thinking
Paxley 4?
4. Yeah.
Tatum, all right.
Yeah.
Tatum Paxley 4.
Yes. Just another Tatum Tuesday. Sorry.
Classic.
Song's catchy.
Boom.
Song's catchy.
Back to Megan. What
Hmm.
are you thinking, Megan?
Well, there are only 2 women from NXT that has not yet been called up to the main roster that was in this year's Women's Royal Rumble. And I feel like at some point, both of these last 2 women will eventually be called. But right now, I am going to go with Miss Jada Parker.
Mm. Everybody
Yes,
love Miss Parker. Everybody loves
I
some Miss Parker.
from Julia to Roxanne to Jordan, Stephanie. Was Stephanie in the Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So everyone,
Latch.
everyone
Wait, no,
except
not
for
Vaquer. Was
Stephanie
Vaquer?
wasn't.
Vaquer was in the Royal Rumble.
It
She
was
Was
was.
she? Yeah, she
it was
was.
6 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the
So
only two
Stephanie
that
was in
hasn't
it.
been called is Jada and Lash. So
That's
I think at some
right.
point both of them will, but I could definitely see Miss Miss Parker being the face of NXT before she gets called up.
This is a strong one, and definitely she was in the mix of them. Like, arguably, if you were at the beginning of the year, she would have been in that top five of these women. So definitely not a bad pick at all. Where are we putting
It's
Miss Parker?
it's 1 or 3.
Here's my only thing. I would say she would be one, but I don't think. I'm
You need
afraid
to
she's
have.
like Damian Priest. She's not even gonna have the time left on the roster to be the face. Because I think it's she logically, I think she's the number one star that you could pick, right?
Mm.
Like,
Mm,
like she has to be on this list. I just don't know if there's enough time for her to, by the definition of like the face of NXT, carry the title for long enough before they're like, okay, main roster time, right? Like,
I could see her becoming champion. To your point, I do think that they might just pump the brakes after they call up Jordan and uh was it Vaquer, and they're gonna need to have
Yep.
somebody at the focal point. I'm oof. Oh man, so it's a debate, Soul or her,
that's the thing too. Is I'm like, if you put her at one,
because one is
then we
like
have
the
a debate for one later.
shit.
I'm
This
worried about
I
it somehow
so
knocking Soul to
so
three.
so here's the case for Jada. It's the fact that Jada is arguably a top 5
Yeah,
women on the mic in pro wrestling right now, and she's a rookie,
she's probably one.
which
She,
is kind of
Logically,
crazy.
yeah.
I don't,
Sorry, she's probably one.
I don't know if she's won over Soul though,
But Soul's
That's
got
because
yeah.
I feel
Soul's
That's where
like so because when you think about
Mhm.
it, they both have and lack what the other doesn't. When you think
Agreed.
of in-ring skills, you would definitely say Sol Ruka is a stronger wrestler than Jada. When you think of mic and promo, you would say Jada is stronger on the mic than Sol. But when you think of the face has to be able to do both. And out of the two,
Hmm.
which of the two do you feel has the capability to learn what the other is stronger at? Is Jada
True.
more equipped to be a stronger wrestler, or is Soul more adaptable to becoming a better mic worker?
So,
Like, think of a short period of time, like, let's say
it's
within
a
the next
really
six
good
months,
question.
Megan, that is absolutely
It-
the best.
it's a great question.
you know?
I think I
So
have
it's
more
like,
I love
confidence in
that.
Soul of
Because
kind of weathering the storm on both. Thing is this, it's Soul Ruka. It's like you. So we talk about the strengths. Whose strength is more powerful? Also,
yeah,
and to me,
I
I
was
feel
that's
like
a
Soul's strength is a little bit more powering because like she's like like literally she's like in
I,
the same she's mimicking moves from someone like Will Ospreay, and she's
yes,
a
I've
person
seen
on
her being
NXT.
compared to him. Yes, I've
I
actually seen her
ironically
being
though,
compared to Will.
Shad was gonna say that the same original point, but actually the in the opposite direction. I'm like, Jada Parker can mask a lot of deficiencies in her own game by talking you into how great she is.
Yeah,
She right,
Right.
she on the microphone is on that planet where it's like she could sell a match against almost anybody, right? with her. That's her greatest skill. And I think both, I mean, and by the way, that is no knock on her in-ring ability either. They're both immense talents for sure. But it's funny, like going back to even the original, like the chasing each other's strengths. I would say if we were like rating them like a video game, you know, like when you look at player ratings in a video game, right? It's like awareness and strength and speed and right, like whatever it may be, right down the list. I would say Sol Ruka is probably more well rounded, but like when it comes to what Jada does on the microphone, she's like they be past the limit, right? In the hundreds.
You know what they are to me? And it's funny, I just thought about it. It's like a men's correlation from a previous NXT guys. To me, Sol Ruka is Carmelo Hayes and Jada Parker is Trick Williams.
That's actually a fair comparison. As far as in recent years.
Yeah. So
I could see that.
Athletically,
especially.
But
I don't know. I guess I'm looking at
where do we?
the story.
Okay, we got to make a pick.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I guess I'm just looking at the stories that they're both currently involved in.
Sure.
And see, I feel like if there was a sudden turn between Soul and Zarya, that part of her being on the mic will eventually get stronger because she will now be in an emotional storyline compared to what Jada is. Well, the feud that Jada is in currently. So
let's go Jada 3.
I would put Jada at 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Jada at 3.
Yeah.
That one dude said that one was a fight.
It's a good one.
Hey man, those are
It is a very good
two
fight.
of the top girls, so it's definitely a conversation to be made. And shit, we might
The
change
fight
it
will
again.
stop
Who
changing
knows?
on me.
I'm gonna make it difficult. I'm gonna do one more that I think is gonna be up there too. High on the list next, just because I've been waiting.
All right. Can't sit there and fight with the font all night, but
It's all good.
It's fine.
Right. Clark, you are up. Make it difficult.
I'm gonna go logical here. It's got to be Kalani Jordan next.
Mm.
Like Kalani Jordan has been in this division. She's so good athletically. She's great on the mic. The look is awesome. Bell to bell, I think she's nearly as good as Sol Ruka. Bell to bell, Kalani is underrated. She's outstanding. I think, as far as face of NXT is concerned, Kalani Jordan's got to be high on the list. At the very least, like, if not,
we have
go ahead.
we have sat there and compared that feud to Will Ospreay, Ricochet, Gargano, Ciampa, some of the best that have happened in the last few years.
Yeah.
And it's strictly off the backs of how good in the ring both of them are. So it's only logical that Kalani be somewhere up there. So where are we putting Kalani?
So we gotta do some moving down.
I think so.
So I think Paxley and Rizzo gotta go down a notch. And
So
I think Kalani at 4 is fair.
I think that's fair too.
So we want Rizzo at 6
for now.
Yeah, 6.
For now.
And Tatum at
Sorry.
5.
No, it's fair. Honestly, I've got faith in Adriana Rizzo. You don't get great Italian accents like that on television these days. And I just don't want it to go away. You know, that's part of it for me.
And I Pax is my girl, but like y'all said, Kalani is I mean what she's accomplished already, it only makes sense for her to be in the top 5.
And we're putting Kalani where?
4.
What you think? You think 4 is good? You think 1, Megan?
I'm a little biased for Soul, so I'm gonna have to go with 4 for the time being.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Being okay.
Yeah. Cause I don't know, I wasn't crazy about her title run, but that's of no fault of hers. That's the Booker.
Right.
Um, it doesn't that doesn't speak on her ability in the ring because I was definitely more wrapped up in their match that just so happened to have been going on at the same time as Mercedes and Jamie's match. They both was on at the same time, and my attention was more set on Kalani and Soruka's match. So
Yeah.
yeah,
No doubt.
That's fair.
or
Either way, you
good.
couldn't go wrong with either one.
No, no, not at all. It was good matches.
All right. Shad, brother, let's make it more difficult. Who you got?
Oh, I mean, how we haven't mentioned this woman yet is kind of crazy, but it is someone who has already touched the main roster, has touched PLEs as an NXT superstar. Obviously, it was in a standpoint of a tag division, but you want to just talk about a person that I could see being like the absolute juggernaut of this NXT women's division. It's got to be Lash Legend. I mean, she can talk like really well. She's got so much charisma, but the sheer dominance and athleticism and size that she has. I mean, she's just one of these wrestlers that feels like a WWE superstar. And I mean, I'm looking at someone like Obafemi on the men's side. You can make a case Lash could be, you know, a female Obafemi, just a big, dominant, tall beast that runs through all these girls. So I'm going with Lash.
Y'all know how I feel about Lash Legend. She's always going to be number one on any list I do, but I'm not making the list. Where do you guys want to put her?
Oh wow, this is where it's tough. I
And
feel
I am
like
judging. I'm judging you. I'm
I feel like I'm
judging
making
everybody.
you type too much, but I would say between Kalani and Paxley.
I was thinking
So
that.
You see her as number five.
So
yeah,
wait, are you pushing the
I
three
got, I
up,
got, I got,
Rizzo down
I
to
got.
or
seven.
are you pushing
I
Tatum
think
and Adriana down?
so. Megan, I wasn't thinking so much about the top of the list. I think eventually I'm starting to lean further towards where we're going
You're
to get
gonna have to
to.
have a one
We're
at
going
some
to
point.
put Soul at one, but I don't want to just put her at one because I think it'll be cooler if we, after you introduced her first, we get all the way back and then at the end she wins.
I don't know, man. I'll
Nice.
be
So
real. I'll
I
be
was
real
thinking
with
about that.
you.
I'm like, the big reveal, like we're like, it is Soul actually, after
I
all.
think I would have Lash above Kalani.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, I would have her above Kalani. I think Lash
Ooh,
But
that's tough.
but again,
character work.
are you would you put Lash at three and push the first two up, or are we putting Tatum and Adrian down one and putting her at four?
I'm cool with Lash at 4, Kalani at 5, Tatum at 6, and Rizzo sliding to 7.
Actually, I'm chill like that because I think the only way Rizzo's making this list is if she eventually ends up at 10. I was going to suggest 9 out of the gates when I suggested Rizzo in the first place. I just wanted to make the list.
We're just making Drizzy type a lot.
you are. You are. You are. So we're pushing Kalani, Tatum, and Adriana up one, pushing them
Down one.
down to
Oh no,
pushing them
down
down one.
one.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Dude, this is where we
Okay.
need a button. Just a single button.
She'd be one. She'd definitely be one to me, but we haven't got that type
Flash?
of stuff over here with Wrestling Public. Yes, she'd always be number one in my heart. Always.
No, that's fair.
To me, Lash also might be bigger when she gets onto the main roster than she does on NXT.
One thing that has been a going trend for her as she is almost to your point a juggernaut. She is not somebody that you can easily push over. She's not like somebody that you can
I
sit there and
I
rock
think
very
she's
easily.
deservedly top
Well,
5.
this is what I think. I think her floor is Raquel Rodriguez, which is not a bad floor at all by any
No,
by
not at
any
all.
means.
It's
I
really
think
not. She's a
I think
former tag champ.
I think her ceiling
Like
is like a better version of Nia Jax,
Yeah, her ceiling's like freaking Kevin Nash, like
or
like
like
multi-time world
even
champion.
or even
even
borderline Jade. To be honest with you, like
that
she could get to
Yeah,
that level.
yeah.
Yeah.
if you think
I
back to the
would
Royal
have
Rumble
called
that
her up
Megan
and let her bend Naomi's heavy to feud with Jade, bro. That shit would have been fire.
that was something that they're calling for
They
be
should
her
have.
heavies, but Megan had called it out earlier. Even in the Royal Rumble, she was pretty
Mhm.
dominant
Yeah.
herself.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right. Speaking of Megan, Megan, you are up again. What you got for me?
Okay. My next choice, I have a lot of faith in her. I think she came in with two other women who have since been called to the main roster. Well, she came in with three other women, and all three of them have been called up to the main roster. Um, I think it's going to take her being uh, broken up in this current tag team that she's in right now for her to really shine. And that is Zarya. I'm going
Mm,
with Miss Zarya.
that is another good one.
Zarya.
Whew, I am a notorious Zarya hater on off there.
Well,
I'm
it's
Yeah.
not gonna
been
lie.
there are a lot of people that have been disappointed in her. I think they were expecting her because she came in
See,
with
yeah,
Julia and everybody that she was going to be this big thing, but
I'm definitely one of those. I don't know why she
She's
was kind of like separated from Jordan and Julia and Stephanie. That's what it feels like to me, since they all
mm,
came in around the same time. It's like she was kind of separated. Um, it probably for the simple fact that they just wanted to hold her off. They wasn't ready to send her to the main roster. They kind of wanted to build her up within NXT, and maybe that's the reason why they kind of just put her in a tag team with Sol Ruka. Um, but it will more than likely take after them two fall apart. So I'm more than certain
mm,
Zarya is going to end up turning on Soul,
yeah.
and that is when we will see whatever plans that they do have for Zarya start to play out.
yeah.
She's super talented, but there's just like something missing. Like right now, it's
I think
weird,
it's the opportunity. They haven't really given her the opportunity just yet. I
right?
think the opportunity will come, but I don't know if I have her above a lot of these women in the top five.
I think what it is Zarya probably would have been one of those to benefit from a NXT UK. That's kind
Mm.
of how Rhea Ripley really honed everything was in that NXT UK and then come over to NXT Prime and was a monster.
Lyra too. That's a pretty
Lyra, another one.
yeah.
Like I know she had a little bit toward the end of NXT UK, but
Mhm.
definitely they would have benefited from that territory. So
What
where are
about
So
we?
Alba Fire? No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
Alba Fire was another one. Actually,
she
you
was
make of
dope.
that
She's awesome. I know. That's
she
She
why
was
was
I
a poster
said.
dope.
child for it. She was a poster child for it.
She was
I
She
a
honed
know.
fucking
herself
dope
somewhere
girl.
else and
Now she's a
blew up.
lackey. Now she's a lackey wrestling
Hey,
in the
she is a part of the Hervis.
The Secret Hervis.
two
Where are we
amazing
putting? Where are we putting?
next to UK women just being lackeys, but it's all good.
I would put Zarya either one behind or one ahead of Rizzo. Two behind. Maybe had 10.
I
Because
think
I accidentally call her Delta like the airline every other Tuesday on accident because I forget. And that's the only reason that I would put her low on the list.
okay,
And I
Shadi.
feel guilty every time I do it.
Are
It's
you
not her fault. It's mine. I'm the one making the mistake.
picking
But
from biasness? Or are you picking from logic? Who am I gonna pick from logic? She should probably be six.
Mm.
son of a beast name,
So
Shad.
you want her to take
Now
Tatum's
you've just
spot?
muddied
I
all
didn't
the
see this coming.
waters.
This is a turn. What a turn!
I don't.
What
I
a heel
don't.
turn.
I don't.
What is this, a
I
new
don't.
Redman album? Stop muddying the waters.
I don't trust them. Like honestly, if I'm speaking like logically, I think they've signed her and made it a big deal where I feel like she's gonna get a push. They just don't do my girl Tatum right. I think Tatum is in a top like 3 talent category. It's just opportunities. I haven't. They've never given her the fair, just due opportunity. So I feel like Zaria might get that more above her, but Tatum's better than everybody. She better than uh Gunther.
As I say, if you put her above
You were saying at
Paxton,
one point she was better than Okada, so
No, Tiffany's better than Okada.
yeah, it's actually
oh yeah, my
Stratton.
bad.
It's better than Okada. I
So
do. I remember that because I was there. Because I actually had like a physical
Drizzy was
reaction when he said that.
perplexed,
I was
bro.
like,
He was like,
"Oh, oh,
"What?"
whoa!" Like,
I said
like my whole
Danielson and
body
Okada.
shook.
That joint is
If I
funny.
remember correctly,
so
I had like goosebumps. It was the whole thing was wild.
Nah, salute to Okada, bro. Best drop kick in
Crazy.
the game.
so Zarya is
But
going.
definitely not as good as Stratton.
Are we really putting Zarya 6'7"?
We can do. What y'all think?
7.
7?
Yeah, just bump Rizzo to 10 and then put her at 7.
Are we good with Rizzo at 10?
Yeah,
All right,
because then it'll be
Rizzo.
easier to get her off the list if we end up getting there somehow. But poor Adriana just keeps getting bumped down. I knew that was going to happen. That's why I went with her early.
Uh,
All right.
and we
I'm
got
next
Zarya.
too.
All right,
I'm going to
Clark.
mess up the whole list right now.
I doubt it. In fact, I
I'm
kind of
really
know where
not.
I kind of feel I know where you're going next because I haven't heard a name come up yet, and it's
I'm
it's
going to
on
make you
brand
do
for
it.
you.
Mariah May is my
Oh,
next selection. Mariah May, the newest free agent in all of professional wrestling, as the next face of NXT, is who I present to the list next. And I think you thought you had a feeling, and I
I
honestly, it was
coming though.
I
I feel it
audibled
coming.
it. I'm going with Mariah May.
Mariah May. Okay.
It's my pick.
So where are we putting Mariah on this?
1.
Number 1, honestly, I think
1.
she's 1,
So
dude.
you
If
think
she's
Mariah
if
May?
she,
You think
if
Mariah May's
she
coming in and just going bullet to the top?
Rocket ship to her
without a
back,
doubt.
same way as
Look,
AEW.
it's WWE nature. They are looking to give these big time AEWs. This is, I mean, and it's not a bad thing. This is something that you have to offer, but
No.
they're putting them in high positions. And look, man, let's look at history for a second. Stephanie Vicaire, Julia, Jordan Grace, they were all positioned pretty high on the card as big time free agents. Mariah May, in my opinion, is probably a bigger free agent pickup than what Vicaire and Julia are namesake wise, not
It's
talent wise,
also
but namesake wise.
full blown Mia Hamm, Michael Jordan.
Ah,
Gatorade, anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. And it's the exact way they can
with
throw that in
ending.
their face. She goes on the big NXT run as soon as they sign her. It is the exact way they just
Ending.
shove it. It's the most
Hey, she's a perfect
perfect for it.
prospect in regards to like what she can do.
Sorry.
Like to me, I don't even think she needs to be in the developmental brand. That's the other thing. I feel like
That's
she's got the talent to be on a Raw or a SmackDown. The issue is if you add her there, now that's difficult because that roster is a lot more harder. Because can you surpass a Rhea Ripley? Can you surpass a Bianca, an Alexa Bliss, Jay? Like there's so Naomi. There's so many freaking people on the roster on the main, and now you add Vicaire,
It's a deeper
Julia,
C.
and it's difficult. But if you put her in a smaller pool right now, which is kind of crazy to say because their pool is pretty big too.
I know it's like the best women's division in wrestling.
It's kind of crazy because
Arguably the best division.
if this was before the before the whole Tony Storm storyline in general, I would argue this. I would definitely argue against it. But you don't have a bad point now. She sat there and made her stock go up and everything. Okay,
I-
Megan, what are you thinking?
Uh, to be truthfully honest, I wouldn't even put Mariah May on the list because I wouldn't have her go to NXT. I would have her go straight to the main roster. The same way they did with Jade Cargill.
Mm,
I don't think NXT needs her more than she needs NXT.
mm,
Good point. Good
So
point.
while people would
yeah,
expect her to be there, I would want her to come straight to the main roster and go for the biggest name on the biggest show. Start from the
mm.
top
I like that.
and work your way down.
So
So,
moderate. Yeah, Drizzy, you
you
make the
know,
call. Is she allowed to be on the list?
I mean,
Uh,
no, listen,
you,
this is Clark's choice.
it
So
is Clark's
we
choice.
find a spot for her. I'm just saying, I would hope that she does just bypass NXT and just
For
go,
sure.
just pop up on
I
NXT.
am going to. I'm gonna make a moderator's choice. I'm gonna voice that and say no, just because we do not have any confirmation that she is
Fair.
in NXT, that she's even signed a contract. And you know, with Wrestling Republic, we don't do rumors.
That's
No
So
dirt
fair.
sheets. No dirt sheets.
all
I
we
gotta
know
cross
is she is no longer on the AW roster page.
All right, Clark.
one.
Now pick somebody that's on the roster real
Give
quick.
me 1 second. I have to cross Willow Nightingale off my list. That was my next pick. I'm
She
kidding.
just signed an extension.
No, I made that joke pre-show. I know.
Yeah.
I'm aware of that one. You know who I'm gonna take? The U. Thea Hale. It's time.
Ooh.
Let's give
Okay.
her a shot.
I like that. I like that one.
I'm a
Good.
big fan. She's graduated from college now.
She's a
And I
grown
don't
ass
think she
woman.
needs to go to grad school. She's ready to rock. It's Thea
She's a
Hale time.
she's a grown ass woman.
I'm putting Thea Hale in there at, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I think number 9. Given this list.
Mm,
Because
I'll
I
go
have
eight.
2 names off the top of my head.
There's potential there. Thea Hill has had a lot of good pushes, and they seem to always seem to find somewhere.
I
I
wouldn't
could
put
be
her
She's
all the way at
very easy to
9.
get behind.
I wouldn't put her at 9 though.
yeah, I still
Um,
think 9.
Is that too low or too high? What do y'all think?
I think it's too low.
I
You think
think
she's
think 8.
8's fine, but I'm afraid, like, I forgot a name, to be honest, because I had to kind of panic there. It was a panic pick, and I forgot a name that I'm like,
I'm just
never
gonna
mind.
let you know Rizzo's
We'll get
probably
there.
getting off the list.
No doubt, dude. I'm just hanging on by a thread. We're living. I'm living by a prayer right now, Shad. Give me my moment.
So are we gonna
Halfway there.
put Thea at 8?
Women in the
So,
honor.
so where we gonna put
Yeah, let's
Thea?
go 8. 8.
8.
We got
We're
2
living
for
in a
8. Three.
prayer.
We got 3
I'm
for
good
8.
with
Yeah.
8.
All three
Yeah.
want 8. All right, Thea Hill at 8. She's a
All right.
grown ass woman, and she is number 8 now. All right, Shad.
Yes.
Let's see what we got. What you got, Shad?
I mean, the fact that we haven't even acknowledged the woman who is our NXT champion is kind of crazy. But she she basically surpassed Brock Lesnar beating the Undertaker at WrestleMania with surprises. So I gotta go with JC Jane from Toxic Retraction.
This is not a bad pick. And I've had time to think about it now. She's been around since 2.0. She's one of the longest tenured women on the roster at the moment.
Mhm.
Just behind Lash, Nikita, Wendy. Those ladies have been around. They have all been around since 2.0, since before 2.0. So it it's not a bad pick. So where do we want to put JC?
Ah man, she's the champ. So I feel like theoretically she could be one, but I also don't know if she's number one just because like I feel
I was
like
gonna say, don't you dare. Don't you dare
It's
say
a
I
one.
don't think she should get one just because she's
She
the champ.
the champ. No, she's definitely a transactional champion. She is holding that title for whoever they want to have that title. She just had to take it off of Stephanie, so Stephanie was free to come to
yeah.
Raw.
To Raw.
She's
I say
definitely holding that title for somebody else.
I'm cool with her at 8 and maybe moving Thea to 9.
I was gonna say I'd put her at 7 and move Zarya to 9 and actually put Thea ahead of Zarya, maybe.
Whoa,
We didn't really have that combo.
whoa,
But I
So
just thought that actually is a more logical flip.
whoa.
what do we want to do now? Hold on, now y'all doing
We
Zarya
too
pulled the
much.
double
over
flip.
Thea?
It's just a suggestion,
So
but I was thinking we put JC Jane at 7 and Zarya at
mhm.
9. Leave Thea Hale at 8.
Okay. Any opposed to that? What
I
you
don't
thinking,
know.
Megan? What are y'all thinking?
Uh, you know what? I'm fine with it because there's one name that I feel hasn't been said, and by the time her name is put up there, the whole list is gonna get shuffled anyway. So I'm okay with her being there for the time being. She won't stay there though.
Yeah.
So we're moving Zarya to 9, correct?
For now.
That's kind of crazy.
And we're going to put
Chase.
JC Jane.
Oh, I guess actually, I don't know.
No,
Only because she's champion, though.
stay with it. Stay with
Yeah,
it.
Chase
we're
Johnny.
sticking with it. I like it. I'm back.
Wow. Okay. So we are now with the last pick, and I'm gonna throw a few names out there to you. See where you want to put them.
Okay.
Nah, it's a yay or nay. Fallon Henley, yay or
10.
nay?
10. 10. Rizzo's
10
off the
over
list.
Rizzo. Yeah. Dang,
Well,
Adriana, she made it this far.
do we want Fallon Henley at 10? All
Yeah.
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 Megan,
But
you good with
Adriana
that?
made it this far. I'm just so proud.
Yeah, I'm okay with her being on there.
I don't know.
Okay.
Rizzo's pretty
Rizzo
good,
can't
guys.
do it, bro.
Rizzo was on here for most of the show, so if you don't know who she
Rizzo's
is, go look
sick.
her up.
We gave her time.
Oh Lord, I lost it. Okay, there it
Now
goes.
I mean, the more names you pull out, the more it can change too.
This could get wild because I've got a couple in. I'm like,
All
we're
right,
missing some heaters.
making this list is Izzy Dane making this list.
No.
No.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh. I feel
Are
like
we?
Megan knows
Are
more
Her
than
we?
Megan.
name. Say her
Ari,
name.
Ariana Grace.
No.
No.
She's doing really good things on TNA, which has been treated like a developmental for some of these ladies. So
I am
But
so gagged. You didn't said three names and you didn't say this woman's name yet. Like, what is going on here?
I got another two. I got
No,
another two.
no, Ariana Grace will
Dryzzy.
not make it, bro.
I got another two. I got two more.
Okay.
Lola Vice.
Hello.
Yes.
That's the
Lola
name.
Vice.
That's
That's
the
the
one.
name.
Yes.
She's number one, and we done.
I would put her at number 1. Yeah.
Where so Lola for
Oh,
one, all everybody
Second
wants
round.
Lola one.
No,
now
no,
y'all
no, no.
bugging saying Lola. Well,
No,
Sorry,
I'm
that's
joking.
just
Actually,
I
that's
feel
just
to
like
be
us.
Lola needs to be top three.
That's
truthfully,
just us being thirsty men.
I
Saying
would
one.
put
That's
Sol
my
Ruka
bad.
at 1, Jada
That's
Parker
me.
2,
That
and
was
I
my.
put Lola 3.
I'm drinking Gatorade. My bad. I'll put
Truthfully.
Lola. So Lola.
I would
Okay.
put Lola over Jada.
Okay,
Mm.
so Lola 2,
Fighting
I'm fine
wise,
with that too.
yeah. Fighting wise, I mean, she went up against Shayna.
That's true.
And oh
She's
well,
on.
she also had a
Yeah, and you know
underground match
what?
with Jada
The
too.
other thing is, I do believe like she's been training for less time. So like Lola theoretically has like more room for improvement
Hmm.
because she's been around. So like, there's that factor since we're talking
Mhm.
NXT. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Mhm.
But I would put Soul one. I think it was Soul was
Yeah,
one
we
the whole
need we
time.
need. So Soruka, I think we could lock her in at one.
Yeah,
All right. So Ruka's going to one.
I think Soul Ruka is one.
So who's our two?
That is the question.
It's
Is it
either.
Jada or is it Lola?
It's a great
Or is it
call.
Lash Legend?
Or is it Nikita Lyons?
No.
I'm kidding.
Nikita. So go ahead and spoil it now. Nikita was my last name.
Mm,
What about
So,
that's
but
a
Carmen?
we'll
lot.
let's deal with Lola first.
No,
Where
Nikita's
are
not
we
on
putting
there.
Lola
Wow.
first?
So wait. So Carmen didn't make the list.
I
Ooh,
do not think that Carmen. Well, it's not. That was my list, but you guys did
that's
pick.
actually a tough one.
It is a tough one because she has also been getting a lot of time lately and a whole lot more story. And I think that she's also put in a lot more work over this last year. She was really busy WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah, she did great
Yeah.
stuff at
Oh,
Bloodsport.
man.
Oh. And what's her name too? Um.
Shorty from No Quarter
Jasmine.
Cat Crew.
Jasmine Nix.
Oh. Jasmine Nix and
Jasmine Nix,
Ren.
I don't think just yet.
Yeah, Ren Sinclair.
Ren's pretty good.
Mm.
Okay, also, by the way, I think it's Hale on Thea Hale. Just only because, like, I when I saw the name, I was like, that's Hale like the weather.
So
Like,
okay,
That's actually
so
that's actually how they got it spelled on her.
is it?
Yeah.
yeah,
I thought it was Hale, Hale.
No, they got it like the weather.
That's
yeah.
wild.
What the hell?
That is actually wild to me. That's really
Mhm.
funny.
What the
There
hell?
is one more there's one more I want to run by y'all. The recent LFG winner, Tyra May Steele.
Ooh, Tyra
Or
May Steele's good.
or
Uh,
Callie Armstrong.
That is another one.
who was
Dude,
the?
I don't I like both of them and they may potentially get there, but I feel like I just gotta see it on NXT before I can put them on the list.
okay, so we'll go ahead and throw those names out. Is Nikita making this list?
Hell
No.
no.
All right, Nikita's out. So we are
Sorry.
down to
Callie
we
Armstrong?
Lola.
to the ones
Lola.
that we have to who we've mentioned, Lola and Carmen. Carmen making this list?
Nah, I'll keep Fallon.
All right, Carmen's gone. So Lola is where do we put Lola?
I think ahead of Jada. Megan, you said that earlier that you had her ahead of Jada. I kind of agree.
Yeah. I think she could roll with Soul.
Especially given the list that like because it's NXT related, the Jada going to the main roster factor is relevant to right, like the ranking
Mhm.
part of it
Yeah.
too. And
That
like
very
I do
well could
think
happen soon.
Lola will have more time. You
Hmm.
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. I'm
So
cool with it. That's fine with me.
so Lola Vice at number two.
yeah.
Yeah. Book it.
All right, we lock it in. We'll just go over it one last time. We have, if I can get the full screen to work. Thank you. Uh, okay. So number 10, Fallon Henley. Number 9, Zarya. Number 8, Thea Hale. Number 7, the NXT Women's Champion JC Jane. Number 6, Tatum Paxley. Number 5, Kalani Jordan. Number 4, Lash Legend. Number 3, Jada Parker. Number 2, Lola Vice. And number 1, the NXT North American and WWE Speed Champion, Sol Ruka. Does
Boom.
we are locking this in?
I like it.
Yeah, I like it. It's straight.
Lock it in.
We are officially locked in. Those are the 10 women most likely to be the new face of NXT, the best division in women's wrestling, the deepest women in division in women's wrestling. I think y'all guys did a great job with this one. it's hard
Cause
to debate any of these.
Lola got a banger of a theme song too, bro.
She does.
And Lola gets the same reactions that Jada gets. They both are viral at all three of in fact the top three
She has an
are
excellent
liable to go
choreography.
viral. They will go viral at any moment, at any time.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, nah, I like it, man.
No, the list is off the charts. I
This
mean,
is
and we've got it's funny because all of these women still wrestle every Tuesday night.
yes.
That's the craziest part about this list. Right? Like anything can change from here. That's at this moment. It's a good one.
Mhm.
No doubt
Right.
about it.
So we're gonna start wrapping things up. I have to thank Megan, Clark, Shad. Thank you all for being on here. Always great to work with you guys. I love having y'all being around, just talking, talking to shit. Everybody, click the subscribe button on YouTube. Check out all the Wrestling Republic content. So that means you get every Tuesday where we talk about all these women and more. You could get Take It to the Table. You get Sold Separately. You get the daily broadcast that come on every day at like 3 Eastern. I'm not gonna try to do all the other time because it's not my thing. Uh, it's and then you also, if you go and just scroll on TikTok a little bit, you run into shows like If I May Speak Candidly, which good sis Megan down here does every time she gets a chance to.
Yeah.
Not
Hasn't been
leaving.
very often, but yes, yes. Keep an
It's
eye
all
out
right. It's
for
coming. It's coming. It's
some more
coming.
work.
Just you looking for it. I gotta thank you all. Thank you all for being on the show yet again. I appreciate you all so much. Again, check out all our content. For Clark, Shad, for Megan, I am Dryzzy, and we are out.